What is tweaking? Comment your experience down below. Tweaking is typically with crystal meth or stimulants, actually, in general, where your brain is hit to the point that it is not producing dopamine no matter what you are doing anymore. When it comes to drugs, stimulants, they produce a massive amount of dopamine. That dopamine flows over to a lot of hallucinations, whatever it might be. Well, at a certain point, your brain stops producing dopamine. So that ends up filling up with anger and temper, moodiness. Mood is all over the place. You have burned out your serotonin, especially with crystal meth. So your mood regulator is not there. It seems like somebody is almost bipolar. You probably have not ate, you are dehydrated. Self-harm is actually really common in tweaking. You start picking at your skin because your serotonin is so thrown off, along with the dopamine, that you have audio, visual, and physical hallucinations. And you're kicking, you're doing whatever you can try to do to try and get this dopamine back, or itching to use again to try and get the dopamine back. It's rented all the space in your brain, and it is a scary place to be when you start to really tweak out, because no matter then if you even get some and you start using it again, at a certain point, your body needs to rest, to recuperate, to even try to produce dopamine again in your system. And so you're never going to get that high back. And eventually you usually collapse from exhaustion after this. It typically happens after benders is where the tweaking ends up kicking in. And again, I share for educational purposes only, because this is insanity. Like, who in their right brain would want to enjoy this or experience this? Nobody would. But as an addict, we are that insane. And we are that sick also. Drugs of choice for alcohol and cocaine, man. It's one day at a time. Find out what works for you. There's no right or wrong way of getting sober, whether it's inpatient treatment, outpatient treatment. Download Sunflower Sober, tagged right here. Link is in the bio. Start journaling. Start tracking your days of sobriety. Talk to Sam, the 24-hour sponsor. Go to an AA meeting. Go to an NA meeting. See a psychiatrist, a psychologist. Get on the right meds. See a doctor. I mean, find what works for you. Maybe it's all of it. Who knows? There is no right or wrong way to get sober. It's your way to get sober. It's one day at a time. It's fighting for with everything that you got. Just know that you're worth it. It does get better, so don't give up.